Hey everyone, just hopping on for another video here. So I think I want to call this "You're Not Alone," um, or "It's Not All on You." And if you don't ask, you don't receive. The reason this got prompted was Linda was telling me about a story this morning. So she's a member of a Facebook group, which is like a local sort of our area group. And I said, what is it? She said, oh, it's like a community, and people share stuff in there and help each other out and all of this sort of stuff. And she was saying that somebody had posted up a post this morning about clearly going through really tough times, like so many are at the minute. I mean, cost of living at the moment is just incredible. And this person was basically really up against the cosh and struggling to pay even the basic bills, couldn't afford even to, get a full kind of shopping from the supermarket when they went. And they kind of said, look, it's my kid's second birthday and we can't even afford to buy them a gift. And does anybody have any like bunting? I didn't even know what that was, but it was like bunting and things like that, so that we can try and make his day a bit more special. And apparently, well, Linda offered something, obviously, but that's not kind of the point of what I wanted to say. It was like, what was interesting for me was listening to the message and the apologetic nature for this person had for feeling like she was inadequate because she'd not been able to do it all herself, and having to admit that they were struggling, having to admit that they couldn't do it. And I just heard the message, and it did warm my heart in a way, because it was like, I love the fact that this person is admitting where they are and almost asking for what they want. And we're so conditioned to think that we have to do it all ourselves, and that it's all up to me. And that's not true. We're all part of a system, and energy kind of flows between us all, but we have to be able to ask for what we want. Now, we're not always going to get a yes, but it's not all up to us either. And so much of being able to create new things is about being willing to allow energy in and energy out, and being willing to get over this conditioning that says it's all up to me and I've got to do it all. Well, why? Who says? For me, perhaps more importantly than ever at the moment, we have to get over that. We have to start seeing maybe that's just another crap idea that we've been given. And maybe it's okay for us to start asking if we need help, or if we're struggling, or if we aren't getting what we need. And maybe the person we ask won't be able to give us exactly what they want, but maybe they might actually tune in to you sharing truthfully what's going on for you. And even if they can't give you what you want, maybe they'll be able to point you in another direction that will be helpful to you. But this idea that it's all up to us and we've got to sort it all ourselves. No, we're all part of one spirit. And if you don't get to ask, you don't get to be surprised by what the universe can provide for you. And I think that's half the problem. We make up where it should all come from and whose effort, how much of our own effort determines how much of what we should receive. Well, why? Who says? Who says that's true? So I just love the fact that this person, I obviously don't love the fact that they're struggling, but I love the fact that they were able to get past their conditioning and just ask and say, look, truthfully, I'm really struggling and I really need a hand. And I love the fact that as a result, when we come from that place, like the outpouring of people that were willing to help this person, we know when people are coming from their hearts, and it brings out the best in us too. So yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to call it, but yeah, you are not alone. And if you don't ask, you don't receive. Those feel like important things to kind of just tune into and look past this idea that it's all up to me, as in this. When we come from here, it's actually coming from us. It's all us. It's one consciousness. Yeah, hope that makes sense. Lots of love.